Welcome if you're just getting in. I think I found an alternate camera. It's great to have you on board. Gonna spotlight this video like I'm supposed to. Slightly different camera, but it's gonna work because it's Sunday. Here I am with Looney Bin Laden, the yoga cat. Oh, gotcha. Oh. Anyway, welcome aboard. Great to see you all. Wonderful friends. By the way, welcome if you're live streaming in on YouTube, our growing audience of human beings all around the planet now that want to be calm and peaceful souls and realize that to be peaceful is a practice. It doesn't come naturally for most of us. This is not to say it doesn't come naturally for some, but for most humans, the practice of presence and a calm and peaceful mind is something that's built over time with a great deal of diligence and practice, in the same way we would learn the piano or learn physics or learn a new language or learn anything. So we're going to learn today, but I like this brand of learning. It's experiential and it is interesting and it has a tremendously good intention. Oh, hi, Looney. Looney weighs 14 pounds now, so sometimes I inadvertently levitate. It's what happens when you do a lot of yoga like me. You just start spontaneously levitating, which is kind of embarrassing. My aunt, Saint Teresa, used to do it all the time a couple centuries ago, and the other sisters had to hold her down. So God gave me a big cat to hold me down when I'm levitating. By the way, don't believe everything I say. Swallow once, circle your jaw around. Welcome if you're just getting in. If you're brand new, this tribe is called Yoga for Everybody. Get it? We're inclusive. We have a very diverse audience. And while I never promise an equality of outcome, that's impossible, I do promise an equality of opportunity. We're live casting out of Pleasant Hill, California, in the Bay Area. I see in the analytics people coming in from all over the world now. It's very gratifying. Anyway, find your breath, feel your breath, feel where it goes in your body. Don't go, don't go. You just got here. Oh, up. Looney and I have an interesting and delightful relationship. Sometimes we're friendly and purry and furry together, and sometimes it's kind of frisky and rambunctious, like the best relationships, right? Sometimes you want to tussle a little bit. Look how much relaxation. This is called headstand for cats. Ow, he got me. It's going to leave a mark. Okay, 1 minute to feel whatever your feels are. Breathe what you feel and feel what you breathe. I need to calm down. I've been working all morning on a challenging piano bit for my piano class tomorrow, and it's driving me crazy, so I can use some yoga with my friends. Feel what you breathe, breathe what you feel. Okay, let's say the great prayer of acceptance together. I accept exactly who I am, where I am, what I have, what I'm doing exactly the way that it is, right here, right now. Good. Now, having prayed that, we'll take the biggest inhale we can. Big, big inhale. Exhale, let it all go. Just be nice and empty, space for something new, pregnant with possibilities, so to speak. We're like a big drive-in movie screen before the movie plays on it. Oh, the adventures that we can show, that we can demonstrate, that we can express. Okay, wiggle your fingers and toes and circulate super orgasmic feel good, organic feel good through yourself. Good. Take your arms up to the ceiling, stretch your arms back up over your head, point your toes forward, writhe around with curled toes. Nothing like writhing with curled toes, I always say, with a big goofy grin on your face, feeling ecstasy gush through your body. Yeah, now we're talking. Good. Draw your knees in and roll around on your back a little bit. Roly-poly guacamoles. Other way, you turtles, have a shell of a good time. Welcome if you're just getting in. Welcome if you're live streaming or watching recorded on YouTube. It's great to have you people literally from all over the world. Good, let's roll up together and we'll issue Sunday salutations, unless of course you're watching on some day other than Sunday. But if I do know anything, and I do know a couple things, what I do know is that it's right now, wherever you are. I got a new Eckhart Tolle wristwatch, and it just flashes now, 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 now. It reminds me that now is the appointed time. Now is the moment of salvation. All these spiritual axioms that remind us the only place we ever live is right now. Of course, we all have human minds that have the gift of abstraction, meaning we can imagine or visualize into an imaginary future, or we can go delving around into a dead past. And then when that happens, although interesting, it robs us of the present moment. So a good deal of our spiritual practice is obviously training ourselves, disciplining ourselves to get right here, because this is heaven right here, if we could see it. Heaven's not way up there behind the clouds with some guy in a, that's ancient thinking. We can get smarter than that. Heaven is the presence of infinite consciousness right here, right now, and it's available if we practice it. So we'll bring our hands to our heart in our little invocation, prayer, intention. God, love, source, infinite higher organizing principle, IHOP, or whatever you like to be called, as long as we do call. Bless us with a great influx of knowledge and power, wisdom and insight, serenity and calm, that we may be the best beings we can be and bring heaven on earth. Om Shalom. Amen. The world could use a lot of peace right now, and one peaceful person counteracts 400,000 disturbed people. Okay, we'll chant an Om together. Big inhale. Feel that. Eyes closed. There's no rush. We always don't have to do it fast. Do you ever like to do it slow? Nice and peaceful. The tincture of time. There's no better poses to get to. Everything leads to meditation, the blending of our mind with infinite mind. Okay, we'll do some joint juice together because it's legal now. 1, 2. Did you know that you could go to a dispensary and get marijuana? You can just buy it and they won't arrest you. It's incredible. That wasn't the case 40 years ago. We had to sneak it around. It's sort of irrelevant to me. I don't do that no more. But if it works for you, wunderbar. 6, 7, 8. Other way. 1. Now I'm polishing my knees because I like shiny kneecaps. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good job. Exhale out. Weird camera angle today. I know I might get cut off from certain angles, but I think you get the idea. Poof. This is a big buildup coming up our back, isn't it? Our spine, where the Shiva Shakti energy comes rocketing up and explodes in a giant chakra, happy at the top, up your back, behind your neck. This time I'm going to say poof. Poof with me. Poof. Simultaneous poofing is the best. Up your back, behind your neck. Poof. Good. All right. Drop your chin, take your coconuts around 8 times. 1. You know where coconuts come from. White sand beaches, turquoise water, warm weather, no worries, drinks with little umbrellas in them, virgin, of course. 5, 6, 7, 8. Good job with your head. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Welcome if you're just wandering by on YouTube. You've just been watching a video about macroeconomics in the 13th century, and it's like, oh, I'll do some yoga with these guys. Smart. 7. Good. Now relax your head down for 22 seconds. Close your eyes. Move from your executive center, your head, which thinks it's running the show, down into your intuitive body. We are calm and peaceful souls. How's your practice of meditation? Are you being consistent? Are you doing it every single day? Is it bearing fruit? If you do it every day, it'll bear the greatest fruit available. Good, we'll chant an Om together because I like vibrating. Big inhale. Okay, now because Sunday Sacred Self-Care class is also a spiritual education class, very briefly I'm going to talk about the word asana. You probably have heard it. Let's go to yoga class and do some asanas. Asana means seat. I'm sitting in an asana, and the reason we do asana is so that we can develop a seat to sit in that accommodates and affords our meditation. This is quite a challenge, which is why we do all those freakish movements together, so that ultimately we can sit without our body bothering us, distracting us, or poking us. But if you're at the stage where you can't sit in one position for this long, just switch the cross of your legs, sit on a blanket, extend your legs out, bring them back in. But sooner or later, if you do practice consistently, you will find a seat. Even if you're 95 years old and watching my class and you're sitting in a chair, that certainly qualifies. When we die and we go to heaven and we're at the pearly gates, they don't issue a quiz or an examination to see how flexible you are. They test your soul and your character. Okay, now I'm going to lace my hands and I'm going to smooth out my throat with my thumbs, drawing my thumbs from my jawbone down to my collarbone. 4, 5, 6, 7. A lot of self-care takes time. Take your thumbs underneath the corner of your jaw. Watch how I relax my face down into my hands. Massage your thumbs underneath your jawbone. Good. All right. Now, it is okay to counterpose. We've been sitting here for a few minutes. If you just leaned back on your hands, that would relieve a little bit. But now, if you can, I want you to rocket your pelvis up. Grind your groins up, lift up. Oh, arch your spine. Exhale and come on down. Good job. Now we will switch the cross the other way. Good. Now I'm going to take my right fingertips back left corner. Going to tilt my head over to the right. I usually give this one at least 30 or 40 seconds. Drop your chin. Relax your left shoulder. Relax your mouth. Have your mouth be the softness and receptivity it would be before you kissed Prince or Princess Charming. You don't want to have a beak. You want to have a nice soft mouth. Good. Kitty mittens. By the way, I call people cat names. It's a term of endearment. Bring your head back up, left fingers back right corner. Tilt asana, tilt your noggin. Drop your chin, tilt, drop, drop. Soft expression. Think of how many muscles go into making up a hard or unpleasant expression and the tension that builds and the way the brain responds to that. Just to have a soft, beautiful, calm, and peaceful face. It's nice to take some time, isn't it? Not to be rushed. Let's hurry up and get to the main course. All these appetizers are good. Good. Now we'll bring pumpkins back up. Boop. Good job. All right. Seated forward folding is controversial. If you can barely go forward, I just want you to lean forward a little bit. If you're very tight, your knees are high and your lower back is spilling back. If you're here, there's not much point in coming forward. You probably should get some yoga blocks. You should have them anyway. If you're tight as a boiled owl, you just kind of sit up here and barely lean forward. All that your butt, your hips will open up over time. Otherwise, Come forward, and if today's not a competition, it's not Saturday, it's not Monday. Lean forward, relax your shoulders, close your eyes, be a calm and peaceful soul. And here comes my favorite instruction of all instructions. Stop thinking. We all have a thinking problem. We need to go to a 28-day program for our obsessive thinking. You can slow down. Thinking can stop. Imagine thinking as your ceiling fan in your living room going really, really fast. And all the different fans are saying to the other fans, hey, I can't stop thinking. It's impossible to stop thinking. But then one fan comes along that stops and says, no, it's not. Slow down. Breathe. Relax. Slow down. You move too fast. You got to make the morning last, kicking down the cobblestones, looking for fun, feeling groovy. Relax your shoulders. I noticed my shoulders were way up by my ears. I don't like that look, so I relax my shoulders around to the front, down toward the floor, dropped my chin, relax my hard-working hair. The most amazing thing happens when the brain slows down. A whole new reality comes into view that's otherwise obscured by the caterwauling of our minds. Good, kitty cats, come on up. Good, we'll counter pose, lean back on your hands, which is yoga, and then if you can grind your groinage upward, plow, lift up, say something happy like, lift up, and sink down. Good. Inhale for an Om. Prayer hands, eyes closed, chin dropped. Feel receptive, open-minded, willing, open-hearted. If we get our own mental and emotional resistance out of the way, the greatest good then has room to drop into us. People just tuning in are saying, Martha, the screen is stuck. Nope, we're just not moving for a moment. Be still and know that you're God. That's line 10, Psalm 46. Good. Okay, let's extend our beautiful legs out together. Stretch your toes open nice and wide. Pull back on your hip flesh a little bit. Tilt your pelvis forward. And again, if you're sitting, feels like you're being leaning way back, that was good English. Just sit on top of a blanket. Stretch up. Toes in. Heels pressing forward. Legs exerting down. Lower back in. Shoulders relaxed. Chin level. Gazing forward at your drishti gaze point. Being a calm and peaceful soul. Just sitting here. Wouldn't it be more fun to be, I don't know, in your yacht off of the south of France with paparazzi trying to take pictures of you from the shore and your helicopter ready to take you to dinner later that night with a bunch of famous people? Or Do you have everything you need to be blissfully happy right now? Having already had a yacht and done all that, I like this. It was fun, kind of wore me out. Good. Now, paws on the floor, feet in, bottoms up. Lift your yacht up out of the water. Oh, it feels good. Lift up. Come on down. Good. Now, cobbler's pose. This is another name for Baddha Konasana. This is how the cobblers used to work when they would make shoes. All right. Massage the middle, center, bottom of your feet. My feet tend to run cold. Cold feet, warm heart, but I'm just going to massage the middle, center, bottom of my feet, which is the heart-lung center. While I'm doing that, I'm just relaxing my groins, tilting my pelvis forward, leaning in a little bit. Lean into your life. It's not a dress rehearsal. And now hold steady pressure with your thumbs right in the middle, center, bottom of your foot. Stop thinking. Good. Now come up, and most people are very tight in the southern hemisphere from the belt line down. So just send a little oscillation movement until you can push your knees all the way down and straighten your arms and drop your chin and close your eyes and make ujjayi breathing. But if you can't do this, just keep kind of jiggling, maybe straighten one side, maybe straighten the other side. But sooner or later, in the fullness of time, this lifetime, next lifetime, 30 lifetimes, there's always something that we can't do that we can work toward. Isn't that a glorious reality? I think so. Good, kids. Okay, now, before we get into the super relaxing, unbelievably delicious vacation stuff, I would like to kneel with you. But for me, I can't kneel as deeply as I used to because of a meniscus problem in this knee. But I always have options for people. So if kneeling, I don't know, say you're 3.5 years old and you're watching, just kneel. Otherwise, if you're 67 years old like I am, although I don't look a day over 69, I don't think, I am going to, this is the way that I kneel now, because I love kneeling. I think it's a great meditation pose, but I can sit up really high like this. And that way it doesn't put so much pressure on my knee and I can still get all the fun of kneeling. Now, if you're an expert kneeler, you can just sit on top of your feet. It's not a problem. Maybe you can jam your knees together, widen your ankles, and bring your butt to the floor. But if you have to sit up a little bit higher than me, then you can join my club, which is a really cool club of people. Now, I'm going to bring my left foot out. See that? Half kneeling, this is half of a squat when you think about it. If this leg was out, I'd be squatting. I'm just going to lean over my left thigh. I'm going to drop my chin, and I'm going to get a radical, delicious, sumptuous, almost romantic stretch of my lower left calf and Achilles tendon. You can't stretch your lower calf muscle without bending your knee. And there's a lot of things that won't happen for you if you don't bend your knee, in quotes, but your lower calf muscle won't get stretched unless the knee is bent. And most people don't do it, so their lower leg is tight as a dead ostrich that's been in the road for a couple of weeks. So we're just going to let this muscle stretch. We're going to send lubrication, blood, lymph, patience down there. Most people are so surprisingly tight here and they don't even realize it. And when the lower leg goes dead and dense and tight, then the mind goes dead and tense and tight. Do I like this feeling? Yeah, it's an acquired taste. A lot of things are an acquired taste. I didn't like broccoli or Brussels sprouts growing up, and I would climb over mountains to get to broccoli and Brussels sprouts now. It's amazing the links you'll go through to get to what it is that you want. Good. Very nice, you guys. Now, alls we'll do, I'm going to bring this one out and I'm going to put this one back. And I'm sitting on these 2 blocks, which makes this pose accessible pour moi. But if you can do it on the floor, all the best. Lean over your right knee. And I bet you're saying to yourself, you know what? Greg's right. I really am tight down here. I'm so happy that Greg is teaching me this, that I'm going to like and subscribe to his YouTube channel. I'm going to hit the bell for notifications, and I'm going to share this amazing calf stretch with all of my friends, because friends don't let other friends not do yoga. This will keep you lively, frisky if you're out in nature, like, in the city, and suddenly there are predators, coyotes, wolves, bears, leopards that come chasing after you. Like, I don't know, you're at the BART train and suddenly a herd of hyenas chase after you. You'll be able to get away because you'll be fast and frisky. You'll be able to evolve. You'll be able to spread your DNA forward. Unlike me. Wah. Lean in. Ooh, what a good stretch that is. I'm so glad you're doing this with me. I promise a really feel-good pose after this. Good. Now, see what I mean? If this leg just were to come out, here I am squatting. But it's not a full squat, obviously, but it's a derivation of a squat. Okay, let's dismount and let's do some real live restorative now. What do you say? So now we're going to need some stuff, and I'll show you. And if you don't have yoga blankets and bolsters and blocks, there's plenty of other options. But I'm going to make sure I've got a nice big neck roll. I'm actually going to show this pose from the opposite angle. Got some other blankets if I need it. One of these is really handy, your very own yoga bolster. Go on Amazon right now. It'll be delivered by 3 p.m. today if you're a Prime member like me. And we're going to do an on our back twist. Watch how I set this up, because we're going to be in it for a few minutes. And if you build it, they will come, like the movie Field of Dreams. Okay, so watch what I do. I really want to make sure I've got a lot underneath my neck. It doesn't make sense now, but it will in a moment. Now, as I extend my left leg out, I bring this bolster into my left side. My right knee comes in, and I hook my knee over. I'm rolling over in bed. And when the spine twists, it gets shorter. And if there's nothing underneath your head hangs there until your neck breaks and your head falls off, which is contraindicated. I actually wouldn't mind, since it's Sunday and I'm indulging myself, would you indulge with me? I might put something additional underneath my head. Now, this is a perfectly good yoga pose here, but if I roll this right shoulder open and pin this knee down, now I'm in glorious, extra super supported, super delicious, gluten-free twist. So do you guys want to set up one of these? On your back, big roll underneath your neck, and you bring your right knee in and you roll it over to the bolster, the blankets, the pillows over on your left-hand side. Now, my really bendy friends, or my friends who are 3 years old, they can relax their right shoulder down. Ooh, I like this blanket over here on my right side. Now, I'm so happy I'm about ready to pop, but I'm gonna just settle here for 2, 3 minutes. Let the restorative begin. The key to this pose is 1, it's not locked. 2, you just make sure you got a bunch of stuff underneath my head, underneath my right knee, maybe something underneath my right shoulder. My neck is supported. I can relax into this twist. Happiness ensues. And it's like the movie Field of Dreams with Kevin Costner. If you build it, they will come. Relax in. My breathing slows down. The ceiling fan of my mind stops. The joy of God gushes into my nervous system, so to speak. And I'm not going to roust you out of the pose. I'm going to give you all the time that you need, a couple more minutes. This pose is what the doctor ordered. In a couple hundred years, when Western medicine gets smarter and smarter, doctors will prescribe asana, various bodily positions like this, to cure diseases. Finish your exhales all the way. One more minute. Get super happy. Stop thinking. Can you feel how important the big neck roll, the big neck blanket support is when you twist? Your spine gets shorter, and that beautiful support underneath your neck really accommodates and allows a deep relaxation into a twist. Okay, biggest inhale you got. Big inhale. Exhale, let it go. We are melted cats laying on the sides of couches in sunbeams. Okay, let's bring our right knee back up, shall we? We're going to shift our booty buns back to the center, over to the left. I'm going to straighten my legs out. I'm going to replump the blankets nice and thick underneath my neck. I'm going to move my bolster pillow pile of blankets over here on my right side. I like this blanket over here on my left side, but that's for later. My left knee is to come in now. I extend my right leg out nice and long. Then I bring my left knee all the way over to the right, like I'm rolling over in bed, to hit the snooze button. Good. Now my right arm's underneath me, but because of the lift of my head and my left leg, that's very comfortable for me. Now I'm going to relax my left shoulder open. And if you're tight as a run over ostrich, just lean to the left a little bit. If you're wildly ecstatically flexible, you can bring your left shoulder all the way down. Most of us can't. I'm going to hold my left knee down with my right hand. And now I'm going to just steep and relax in the pose. And we'll do it for 3-4 minutes on this side. And for me, the whole key there, the sine qua non of this pose is the sufficient, appropriate support of my neck and my head, which allows me to breathe and relax and let my my southern hemisphere relax over to the right, and let from the equator up relax to the left. This makes for a happy northern and southern hemisphere, which is good for our body. Breath naturally slows down. Exhalations are fully allowed to release. There's not a rush to grab the next inhale. Good, biggest inhale you got. Exhale, let it go. Good friends, let's bring this left knee back up now, shall we? We can put both of our feet on the floor, shift our bottoms back to the center, and let's come up out of this one. Take your time. Where did everybody go? Oh, wait, you guys are over here. I remember now. Welcome or hello to all my Zoom friends. And man, the analytics on the YouTube are off the scale. It's great to see all of you that are joining in for Sunday Sacred Self-Care Yoga, whether live or recorded. Let's chant an Om together with this greater peace and countenance. Big inhale. Sorry, I thought of something funny. Always inadvertently laugh if you need to. Laughter is the best non-prescription medicine. Anyway, I want to do like a minute or a minute and a half of shoulder work, and then we'll go into a final ecstatic restorative pose. Anyway, I know sitting for some of you is difficult, so any seated pose, but if you can, extend your left leg out, put your right ankle over the top, fold your left shin under. I know this is a somewhat involved seated position, so just sit however you can if you can't do this, and then you'll be fine, okay? I'm going to say hello to my beautiful feet. It's nicer when other people rub my feet, but sometimes you have to take matters into your own hands. Hello, big hugs. Just a couple of side to side with arm twists. This rocks my body. I like being rocked side to side. Justin Timberlake, it's my new favorite song, Rock Your Body. I play it on the drums. You should hear me. Good. Now, my right arm comes under and I make out with myself for a moment. I'm not much, but I'm all I think about. Good. Now I'm going to fold up my arms and I'm going to go up and down with my elbows to dig out tension that's accumulated over the 67 years of my life. But I don't care about my chronological age. All I care about is the age of my spirit, which is eternal, right now, frisky, fun-loving, and intriguing. Ups and downs, circles. Good. Now take belly button, chest, elbows, and face to the right as far as you can. Turn your face to the left as far as you can, turning the other cheek, so to speak. Tilt your head to the left, drop your chin, close your eyes. We're holding the baby up away from the alligators. We didn't go through all this trouble to have babies to feed alligators. Lift the baby up. Good. Bring it back to the center. Take your opposable thumbs into the middle center bottom of your feet. Push in, and we'll chant Om. Big inhale. Belt it out with me. Blend with me. Good. Now open your hands to heaven, drop your chin, feel holy, sacred, and reverent, receptive. Thank you, God, love source, for pouring your blessings into me, into us. We live under the open skylight of heaven. I do. Feel free to join me if you'd like. It's available for all of us. Good. Right leg out, or just switch the cross of your more easier position. English not well speaking. Good. Left ankle over my right knee, right shin folds under. If you can't do this, make something up. Sheryl Crows from side to side, keeping your booty buns attached to the earth. Palms open, left arm under. Fold them up if you can. Grab your shoulders if you can't. Ups and downs with your elbows. This gets junk out of my shoulder trunk, my shoulder girdle. Painful patterns of perception, traumatic incidents, nasty stuff, digs it out, turns it into glory. Okay, now I'm turning belly button, chest, sternum, face, elbows to the left as far as I can. Turning my face to the right, tilting my head to the right, dropping my chin, lifting the baby up away from the dingoes. We are calm, peaceful souls. Everything is always working out for us. And when you're connected to spirit, when we get in the right relationship, we truly move from glory to glory. Hallelujah. Good, now we'll bring this back to the center. Again, I'm going to push my thumbs into the middle center bottom of my feet. I'm going to make a triangle with my third eye in the center of my 2 feet. We're going to chant a long, vibrational, ecstatic, resonant Om together. Let's blend. Inhale. Prayer hands, drop your chin, close your eyes, be still and know God. Be not still, then there's no God. So be still and know. God bless us one and all. Peace on earth, goodwill to sea lions. Okay, and then finishing restorative pose, Shavasana, to conclude for today. And we're going to do Supta Baddha Konasana. That's my favorite. That's the timeout that I put myself in when I'm, just a little panicked or agitated. That really still happens to you, Greg? No, I'm perfectly enlightened. Everything is always, no, man, I'm just in the same boat. But I like doing and teaching yoga to my friends. So I make a thing here. I angle one of those. I put my blah, blah, blah. Back when I had a yoga studio before the pandemic for 10 years, did a lot of blanket folding. That goes where my head goes, and God only knows where my head goes, but this is a good place for my head. My booty buns slide in here. My feet go here. And again, this can be pillows from the couch. It could be official yoga blankets. It could be it could be one of your pets as long as they approve. One blanket rolls up, goes underneath here. The other blanket rolls up. And again, if you're really tight in your southern hemisphere, big blankets. I'm pretty springy, resilient, and open down here. A little bit of marketing, obviously. Now, I'm gonna, that's not in the right. If you get it, if you build it, they will come. Field of Dreams, Kevin Costner, baseball movie. Oh my God. Now I got a bony tailbone, so I'm gonna lift my buns. My knees are gonna spread open. Ugh. Oh man. Ich bin ein Hamburger. I am from Hamburg. Relax in, and we'll be here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutos, por favor. And this is Shavasana, finishing restorative pose for the kids. Oh, this pose makes me look fat. I look preggers. Relax. Easy does it. Eyes roll back. If I was there, I'd rub your temples for you. And the pose starts now. Relax. Take a load off. Float downstream with me. If you'd like, we could take an inhale together and say, ah, big inhale. Let all of our rivers merge into one. And I won't bother you for 3 more minutes. Okay, stay in the pose, stay nice and relaxed. But there's that guy's voice from a million miles away, from the other side of the solar system. Good. Now, here's that sacred Sunday thing that we do where, if you'd like, in this nice blending of soul and spirit, you could invite God, love, source, infinite, higher, organizing, nameless in, if you'd like. God doesn't care what you call him, just cares that you call with sincerity, willingness, honesty, and an open heart. God's very anonymous. She'll leave us alone if we don't ask, but if we do, she'll come rushing in and heal and love and inspire and guide and lift us, most assuredly. Good. If you prayed that little prayer with me, wiggle your fingers and toes and circulate extra super feel God through yourself. Nice deep breath back in your body. Good. Curl on to your, actually, let's just sit up together since you're in that pose. We'll just sit up together, nice and slow. It's hard to roll to one side in that pose, so we'll just sit up like Easter eggs. Even if you're an Easter agnostic, we'll sit up together. Good. In the beautiful yoga conclusion, we'll bring hands into our common heart. If you go deep into you and I go deep into me, we come to the same place together. And thanks to the Infinite One who brings us all together we say, Namaste. Now, as always, I'm going to bid adieu to my beautiful YouTube friends. Thank you for liking and subscribing. It really helps the algorithm. The world can really use some yoga. So by liking and subscribing right now, for example, it really helps. And if you hit the notification bell, you get a notice every time we go live. Anyway, thank you for doing that and doing me that huge favor. We'll see my YouTube friends next